Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamerspro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. The players on the Team USA roster, which are comprised of Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Jason Tatum, apparently held some type of internal poll. I don't know if it's the players themselves. But apparently this poll came out where players voted who's the best player on the team, on the roster. And the player to receive the most votes was LeBron James, right? So apparently this crop of Team USA players picked LeBron James as the best player on the team. So when Rob Parker caught whiff of these comments, he absolutely went off. So yesterday I tuned into a segment from The Odd Couple with Rob Parker, and he was discussing this very thing. And he was essentially just gobsmacked, to use one of their words, at the fact that this current roster of players would essentially pick LeBron James as the best player on the roster. And he absolutely went off on the Team USA players for deciding to pick LeBron James as their best player. So what we want to do now is we want to play exactly what Rob Parker had to say in response to some of these NBA players. And I'm going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that there.
The USA men's basketball team, right? And the players all voted. Is that right, Rob G? They voted. The best player is LeBron James on Team USA. Rob G has the details.
That's right. The Athletic conducted an informal poll of the 15 camp participants for Team USA and asked them who they thought was the best player in their little mini camp that they've had. By a runaway margin, 5 votes, which 5 out of 15 is a lot, LeBron James. No one else received more than 2. And they
Wait a
actually
minute,
got...
Did Bronny get the vote in this? I'm
No,
just
he
asking.
did not.
Okay.
He did not. And then they also got on-the-record comments by a couple of guys who LeBron faced off in that Team USA scrimmage, the select guys. One of them, Amen Thompson, about LeBron. I told my brother after the first day, I was like, dude's 40, and he's the best player on the court. Jabari Smith Jr. added, I feel like LeBron's focus, Steph's focus, people have been around doing this for a long time, keeping that focus, still keep that hunger. That's what impressed me the most.
Sean King, I'm here to tell you right now that if LeBron James is the best player on Team USA, you can forget about a gold medal because that ain't happening. LeBron James, if he's your best player, there's something wrong. There's something stinky in Denmark. If I put my finger on it, I'd need to wash it. That's how bad it is. A 40-year-old is the best player on Team USA? He's better than Kevin Durant? He's better than Steph? LeBron James, who can only make the playoffs through the play-in with an Anthony Davis on his squad? That's the guy who's the best player on Team USA? I want Team Sweden. I'm going to pull for Team Sweden. I'm
I'll
out.
say this. Rob,
on USA, I'm out.
The first thing I thought was, okay, Bron took the USA select team to dinner and he paid the tab. Like, it had to be something because just from a mindset standpoint, like, what is wrong with these young guys? Like, to me, these practices should be all about Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards.
Thank you.
Who's about to assume the mantle as the guy?
Thank you.
This bothers me. This bothers me to no end. Not saying that LeBron's not still a great player, but he wasn't a great player in any of the highlights that are available to the public. He shot a flat-foot brick from three-point in the highlights.
But, Sean, can we be real? He doesn't impact winning the way he used to. And I'm going to say this why. I'm going to say why. His numbers are tremendous, but they don't win like that. In the years gone by, if LeBron was averaging the numbers that he's put up last year, the Lakers wouldn't be in no play-in. They would be vying for the division title. And they're not in those races anymore. That's why I say it doesn't impact winning his numbers.
So you heard what Rob Parker had to say. Excuse the noise in the background. If you hear that, it's a lot of rain outside. So excuse the noise. So you heard what he had to say, right? He was basically roasting him. Now, what do I think about the players voting LeBron as the best player on the roster? Well, if I go and look at the roster, there are some players that one can make an argument that he's better than, but to say he's the best player on that roster, I think is a tough one. I think we can obviously say he's better than Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker. You could make an argument and say Kevin Durant, but Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum. Even if you want, you can say Kawhi Leonard. I'm sure there's some people out there that will say that. I wouldn't. But you cannot say LeBron James is better than Anthony Davis. That's absurd. Like, Anthony Davis is the Lakers' best player, so you can't say that. I wouldn't say he's better than Stephen Curry, right? I think at least they're pretty close. I wouldn't say he's better than Anthony Edwards. I certainly would not say he's better than Joel Embiid. Like, that's craziness, right? So I don't think he's better than Joel Embiid. I don't think he's better than his own teammate, Anthony Davis. I don't think he's better than Kawhi Leonard. I don't believe he's better than Anthony Edwards. And maybe him and Stephen Curry are neck and neck, and maybe you could say that he's better than Kevin Durant. I don't know, right? To me, this is all irrelevant because who's the best player on Team USA doesn't reflect who's the best player in the world. The best player in the world, in my personal view, is Nikola Jokic. Right now, if it was in the entire NBA, I think you would have much more pushback. In the entire NBA, I think Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world. I think the 5 best players in the world right now, just off the top of my head, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You can throw Luka Doncic in there. Maybe in a few other players I can't think of right now, but those guys are pretty much at the top of the mountain. And then you could, if you want to throw in Anthony Edwards or some other players, you can throw those guys in there as well. But I think those guys are the creme de la creme, right? I think they're the ones at the top of the mountain. Now, to me, this really doesn't matter. What matters is what Team USA is going to do when they get to the Olympics. Now, personally, I'm actually rooting for Team USA, and I would like them to win, right? And they better win. Because I'm even hearing now some people are saying that this team is stronger than the Dream Team. Really? Really? This team is stronger than the Dream Team? Really? Really? This team ain't even better than the Redeem Team. It ain't even better than the Redeem Team, let alone the Dream Team. Like, the Dream Team is just crazy talk. This team is not better than the Redeem Team. The Redeem Team is, I think, is a much better team. Let me see. Team USA roster 2008. I don't even think it's close. I think that roster, who was on that roster? Let me see. Who was on that roster? I don't even think it's close, to be honest with you. I think, let me just pull up the list of players here. I don't even think it's close. Let me see. Yeah, it's not even close. That team had Carlos Boozer, Jason Kidd, LeBron James, a younger LeBron James, Darren Williams, Michael Redd, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Chris Bosh, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and Tayshaun. Like, let's stop. Like, let's just stop the nonsense. This team is not even better than that team. Like, let's just stop the nonsense. They're not. So I'm not going to pay much attention to that because that's just pure lunacy, right? But I do hope that Team USA does well, and I do hope that they take this competition seriously because the teams are going to be better this year around, right? Players are getting better. International players are going to be better. I expect France to be a pretty good team, and some other teams as well are going to compete. Spain is always there. This morning I was doing some research, and I came across some pretty interesting comments from Stephen A. Smith referring to LeBron James. Now, if you know anything about Stephen A. Smith has been a LeBron supporter all the way back to 2011. But he's also one of these guys that from time to time will get on LeBron, right? And he's been doing so a lot over the last few months, right? He's been going at LeBron and really calling out some of his sneaky moves and his antics and all of that, which have, caused some people to not like some of the things that Stephen A. Smith has said. And one of those people seems to be LeBron James himself. Now, recently, Stephen A. Smith had a sit down on the Udonis Haslem podcast, and they were discussing a bunch of things: Kawhi Leonard, Team USA, his takes, and then it got to the point where they were discussing LeBron James. And as you guys know, LeBron James was a teammate of Udonis Haslem with the Miami Heat. So when it got to the point where they were talking about LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith essentially was saying that, look, I'm going to say exactly what I think. And I don't care if it means that LeBron James or any other person wants to be my friend or views me as a friend or thinks I'm part of his crew or whatever. He doesn't seem to care, right? And I was like, damn, this is pretty interesting that Stephen A. Smith is coming out and saying that. So what we want to do now is we want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say about LeBron James to Udonis Haslam, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that there.
LeBron. I don't have the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about not having the greatest relationship with LeBron James. But I know he's great. I know he's a great father, a great family man, a great basketball ambassador, a great role model. I want him to get an ownership stake in the new Las Vegas franchise if the NBA decides to do an expansion franchise. I want all of that. You think I enjoy having to say, yo, bro, you was scared to shoot in the fourth quarter in that final series against Dallas? I don't enjoy it. We talk basketball, which was what used to piss me off about LeBron. The second you give him major props for what he accomplished, he soak it all in. The second you criticize him, well, I'm just trying to be here for the kids and, just trying to do what's right for the community. And it pissed me off because that was a slick way of taking attention away from the basketball element and making it about something other than basketball, which was what we were talking about.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say there. And before I continue on, shout out to Gilbert Arenas. I've been hearing that a lot of people been messaging me, telling me that Gilbert Arenas is jacking the swag right now. He was using Twerking It Up yesterday on his show. Shout out to him. It's amazing. All of these LeBron platforms that sit up there and twerk it up all over the place, knock over people's drinks, just gyrate all over the place, just slap each other with honey, rub it on each other's backs, and just basically just act like flat out lunatics. It's amazing that he doesn't quote y'all. Like why he ain't got no what's going on? I'm gonna let y'all rock out. Anyway, I'm not gonna hold you. Let's just continue on with the show. What do I think about what Stephen A. Smith had to say? My first thought is about damn time. About damn time. What surprises me is that why a lot of other people in sports media don't take this position. Here's what I don't get. A lot of people in media that sit up there and twerk it up every single day on TV and basically find ways to triangulate into a particular position, which is we're just going to stick our head in the sand and not say the obvious thing. The vast majority of these people are millionaires. So it's not like as if these like, man, if I get it wrong, I may lose some money. The vast majority of them are millionaires. So my question is, why are you afraid to speak your mind? Don't you got money? Like, I can understand, okay, if I'm trying to get a bag, I'm trying to secure a bag, so I need to be careful of what I say. I don't want to turn off anyone. I don't want to create enemies out of anyone, blah, 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 blah. But when you're a made man or made woman, why are you still up there twerking it up every single day and just basically disturbing the peace? I don't understand it. Just basically polluting the airwaves. Just polluting the airwaves with their nonsense. So to hear Stephen A. Smith say that, it's like about damn time. Stephen A. Smith is on the verge of signing a $125 million contract with ESPN as an extension. You about to sign a $125 million contract and you afraid to speak your mind? Like, I'm lost. I'm lost. And it seems like a lot of people are running and hiding for the hills. You can see it. It's transparent as day. Very few people I have noticed by following these people very close, and I'm a very observant person, I look at them and very few people are willing to say the damn truth about what they're seeing. Most of them are just so afraid to say this because, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. Who cares? Speak your mind. Speak your mind. State the obvious. Like, just say what you think. Now, in the case of LeBron, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Obviously, some of his supporters, they're probably pulling out their notepads and jotting down what number video this is, which is fine with me. Thank you for the views. Thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all clearly cannot help yourself. Yesterday, I responded to someone why I said unsubscribe to the channel, and one person jumped in the comments and said, well, that's a very rude and dismissive thing I think you just said to that person. I think that's very rude and dismissive. And I'm like, this is a joker that's been running around in the comment section, twerking it up all over the place, spilling honey all over the damn walkway in the comment section for the past 5, 6, 7 months. And I've seen his ass on other platforms, other garbage platforms. And then you gonna jump up here and try to defend him like as if he's some innocent bystander. I'm like, I know who I'm dealing with. I know these people. Matter of fact, they be the first ones to comment on a video whenever we drop it. I didn't see y'all under them Gil's Arena videos when he was talking about LeBron. Of course not. Because they're up there saying exactly what you want to hear. Or Nick Wright's video or Speak's video. Y'all love it. Y'all just be slowly opening them jars and just passing the cover over to the next dude. Like, yo, hold that and give me a spoon. Because y'all about to just sit up there and twerk it up, knock over people, just throw them to the floor and just gyrate all over the screen. But all of a sudden when I say, video number 75, video number 76, how many more you got to do? Everybody else talking about LeBron. Everybody. Quite literally every ESPN, this guy, that guy, the next guy, the guy over there, the guy down the street. But all of us go, oh, man, well, I don't understand, man. So if we need him to play, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? I digress. About damn time if Stephen A. Smith, I mean, who cares? My thing is, if I said it before on some of our shows, if I got money, why would I care if a dude wants to be my friend or not? I don't care. I really would not care. If you don't affect my bottom line, why would I care if whether or not you want to rock out with me or not? Who cares? Who cares? Like, I'd be lost with it. Really. Dudes in their 30s and 40s. Like, I'd be confused with some of you dudes trying to stay in the good graces. Like, why? If you got a girl, if you got a wife, if you got kids, that should be your primary focus. Like, those are the people I want to be in their good graces. Who cares if somebody don't want to talk to me? Really, who cares? Oh, so matter of fact, grown men who about their business, they spend most of their time with their family anyway. Anyway. Go on vacation, travel to this country, travel to that country. You only see two groups of people. Usually, it's either couples that travel, or families. You don't just see a bunch of dudes just, oh, man, you got 13 dudes standing over there. You got 12. They don't do that. It may happen. Yeah, you may do a trip once in a while. Yeah, hey, man, let's go out there. Let's go have some fun in wherever we're going to. But for the vast majority of the time, you want to be with your family. I'm not thinking about going on vacation with, oh, let me ride with this dude. I'm like, come on, what are we talking about? I don't get this thing of trying to stay in people's good grace. I'm not going to say what I think because I don't want son to stop talking to me. Like, who cares? Are we in high school? So shout out to Stephen A. Smith, man. I think more people would, if more people did this, I think sports media would be a better place. This particular show, I was unsure of whether or not we should produce this today because I thought it was something that we had actually discussed previously. Because I think about a year or so ago, over a year ago, I believe we discussed this, but apparently this is new. Right. And essentially what this is a soundbite of Stephon Marbury going to the big podcast. Right. And on the big podcast, Stephon Marbury was essentially asked to weigh in on who he believes, number one, is the greatest player of all time. And if he had to rank some of the greatest players ever, how would he rank these players? Now, here's what's interesting. And here's what I like about this. I think that we need more varying opinions in sports media. I think there's too many people just up there, just basically twerking it up all over the place. Just basically running through the woods with their torches in their hands and just hollering and screaming, right? And what's happening is, like, for instance, Gilbert Arenas, who we're friendly with, friendly to the channel. Gilbert Arenas has his own viewpoints, right? And some of us disagree with some of the things that he says. But Gil can always turn it around, and his supporters can always say, but you didn't play in the NBA. And I'm like, well, damn, how am I going to come back with that one? But then what I like is when you hear other NBA players that also played in the NBA, that were also all-stars, give their take on something that you agree with. So then you're like, well, I know I'm onto something here. You can't just dismiss me all of a sudden and say, well, you didn't play in the NBA, because he played in the NBA too. He was an all-star. He played in a high level, in this the he I'm referring to. In this case, is Stephon Marbury. So Stephon Marbury basically broke down why, number one, he believes that Michael Jordan is the undisputed GOAT, and why he believes that he deserves to be in a realm all by himself. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Stephon Marbury had to say, and I want to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that there.
When people ask you about Kobe and Jordan and LeBron, they always want to know who's the best. But I feel like you probably have a different way of discussing those three.
I really don't put Michael Jordan in the same conversation with anyone else. I feel like Michael Jordan is a one of one, is just one of that. Kobe is right behind Michael Jordan in his own class and his own space, such as LeBron. I think LeBron is by far the best all-around basketball player that I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody do so many things on the basketball court consistently like LeBron James. But when you speak about an individual player, from skill, from knowing the angles of the court, from from knowing space, knowing timing, knowing how to basically take over a game within the game by just imposing your will with pure dominance. I just feel like Michael Jordan has mastered that.
So you heard what Stephon Marbury had to say. He essentially believes that MJ is in a league all on his own. Who is disputing this? Like, who's disputing this? Listen, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, right? But I myself had to concede quite easily that Michael Jordan is a superior player. Now, Kobe's close to him. Kobe ain't no slouch. As a matter of fact, Jordan said if he had to play one-on-one, the only player he believed that would actually probably beat him is Kobe because he stole all of his move. It was tongue-in-cheek, obviously, when he said it, but you get the point. You get what I mean. But I think MJ is an undisputed GOAT, and I don't think there's any argument anyone can make anywhere to say that another player is better than him. No. He's the best ever. Best two-way player. It's not even close. And that's why I stand with this thing. It's not even close with me, right? I think MJ is in a totally different stratosphere. And then I think after that, you have the Kareems, you have the Kobes, you have the Magic Johnsons, you have the Tim Duncans, you have those guys. And then you have the LeBrons and all of those guys. Some people are going to feel the type of way that I drop LeBron down. I think where I got LeBron right now, I got to work on my list. I'm thinking about it. I think he's probably number 6 or 7. I don't know. I got to think about it. I moved Duncan ahead of him, which he should have always been ahead of him to begin with. I have Magic Johnson as well ahead of him. Yeah, I think he's number 6 and number 7. I got to figure it out. I'm not sure. Then, of course, I got Kobe, and, of course, I got Michael Jordan. I know some LeBron fans. You see, the thing that's not going to work on me is that I saw it. I was there. I saw it. I saw these guys play. I saw Kobe ridicule LeBron James over and over and over when they faced each other. I saw Kobe look straight through him. I saw LeBron crack under pressure multiple times. I saw it, and I'm not going to forget it. I'm not going to let you guys drown it out. Oh, you didn't see it. I saw it. We all saw it, right? We all saw it. We all saw it. Not 1, not 2, not 3. We all saw it, and I'm not going to unsee it. We all saw them getting blasted in the finals by the San Antonio Spurs the third time after they lost that game. In Game 7 to them, and then they came back and just basically beat the hell out of them. We saw that. So I'm not going to overlook that or none of I saw Kobe Bryant play. I'm not giving y'all that. Y'all can feel what y'all want to feel, but I'm not giving y'all that. Right? And I'm not giving y'all that. So I think Stephon Marbury is stating what a lot of NBA fans know and NBA players know. Again, I've made this point before, and I'm going to reiterate it once more. The only people that believe that LeBron is the GOAT are LeBron fans. That's it. But when you ask people that think Michael Jordan is the GOAT, you got a wide range of fans. You have Kobe fans, you got this group, you got Larry Bird fans, you got Magic Johnson fans. Hell, in some cases, you got some Kareem fans that will say Jordan is the GOAT. Then when you look at players, even players. Tracy McGrady, this guy would say it, Kobe Bryant, a bunch of different people would say it. But when you got LeBron, it's just his fans and these people in media that he has up there twerking it up every single day on television. It's just them. It's just them. So he better keep staying there. I mean, now him and Stephen A. Smith are falling out. You better keep some more of these people, because if you can't keep those guys on television twerking it up every single day for you, you're going to lose the plot, because these are the only ones that are out here promoting this nonsense. So to me, I think Stephon Marbury didn't say anything controversial whatsoever. I think he said the obvious thing. Jordan is in another stratosphere. That's the reality of it. Kobe fans came to terms with it a long time ago. It's high time the rest of you do. There's nobody I don't believe you can make an argument to be better. I don't see how we're going to do it.